Yeah, hi there, this is Ashmita from Untitled Classes, and in today's class we are going to discuss about the rhyming scheme. Now you have been acquainted with the rhyming scheme since your childhood days, like from the nursery rhymes you know what's rhyming scheme, right? There's kind of like this rhyming in each sentence, each line, like it provides a song-like touch to all the lines of a poem, right? And we normally get this rhyming scheme in poems. So here we are going to learn what is rhyme, how we can identify the rhyme scheme in each of the lines of a poem, and how can we just differentiate each rhyming scheme, and what are the different rhyming schemes that are available in English literature. So let's get started. So hey there, we are starting with rhyme and the types of rhyme and how to notice, how to identify, and how to recognize which poem has what kind of rhyming scheme. Let's begin. I imagine that the tendency to rhyme is hardwired into the human brains. Rhyme is probably the first element you notice when you hear poetry. Of course, whenever we hear poetry, the word poetry, whenever it comes to our mind, it means that yeah, there is some sort of there is some sort of a rhyming. That is what we enjoy about poetry, right? And it's also the element that little kids invariably insert into the first poems they write. Of course, little kids like poems a lot rather than stories. Like reading it, they like reading poems than reading stories, because poems provide really a bit of uniqueness when they have rhyming schemes. Like in the earliest non-written poetry, rhyme probably helped the poet or the performer to remember the poem. And even now, you can probably recall the song lyrics more easily than a non-rhymed poem. Of course, whenever we hear songs which have rhyming, that's those songs we tend to remember a lot than the other non-rhymed poems and songs. So the most obvious rhymes occur at the end of a line. Yes, mostly rhymes occur at the end, like rhyming schemes occur at the end of the lines, but repetitive sounds may occur inside lines also. Yeah. So we are going to see here examples of internal rhymes also and end of line rhymes also. Let's start with this new term, end of line rhymes. Now, end of line rhymes do some neat things. For example, they create patterns. Yes, just because they have rhyming scheme at the end, they create patterns. Like they tie particular lines together. You see, they tie particular lines together. I'll show you an example. Over here, you see, this is the first line. So with A, there would be a rhyming scheme with the fourth line. This is the first line, this is the fourth line. What about this? BB. This means second line has same sort of rhyming scheme with the third line. So same thing gets repeated over here. That is A with A line with A line, again B line with B line. They are rhyming. Again A line with A line and B line with B line. And at last there are two consecutive sentences which are rhyming to each other. They just connect the two sentences together, all right, with the letters of the alphabet. You can just name a rhyme scheme with the letters of the alphabet. So they have shown the rhyming scheme with the help of alphabet A, alphabet B, and C. All right. The first sound, that is A, the second sound, that is B, and so forth. Here's an example of one popular rhyme scheme. So this is the rhyme scheme which I had just now explained. How would you expect the units of meaning to break down? How about three groups of four with a pair of lines for the final punch like this? So it's like A with A line, B with B line. This is the first paragraph. Alright, starting with the second paragraph. this is one is the second paragraph. Again, A with A line, B with B line. This is the third paragraph. So again, A with A line, B with B line. And this is the last portion having two sentences, that is C with C, that is both having the same kind of rhyming scheme. Now let's move over to the previous rhyme scheme belongs to an English sonnet. So just now we did A, B, B, A. Again, I'm writing it over here. A, B, B, A. Again, A, B, B, A. Again, A, B, B, A. And at last, it's like C, C. So this is an example of English sonnet, okay? It works together with meaning. The first four lines present an idea. So we are talking about the first four lines that present an idea. Second thing, the second and the third sets of lines elaborate on the idea. So this is the second portion, second stanza, and the third stanza elaborate on the idea which is mentioned in the first stanza. The last two lines or the couplet present the logical conclusion. So this one is known as the couplet, that is the last one is the last two sentences are known as the couplet, and they represent the logical conclusion. We can say it's the conclusion portion of a poetry, which is an extension of the idea or the moral of the story. In Shakespeare's Sonnet number 73, for example, the poet presents three different images of aging. So the poet presents, that is Shakespeare in Sonnet number 73, provides us with information regarding the images of aging. Now you know what are images. Images mean scenes of aging. Aging means like you're going towards the old age, like dying, winter, sunset, and a dying fire. So these are symbols or images of aging, like it's going towards old age. The couplet hits hard. You love more intensely what you're about to lose. Okay, so these couplets are mostly because of drawing a conclusion, and over here you will get to see the last two lines where you will notice that love is there intensely for something that you are about to lose. So that happens in real life also. Whenever you have something you don't understand its value, and when they go away from you, or they leave you alone, or they just vanish, you understand their worth. Poets have created thousands of standard rhyme schemes and about a million variations on those standards. So poets have ample free time, so they have made thousands of standard rhyme schemes. And again, with what? With that, there has been million variations on these standards. Therefore, when you are analyzing a poem, don't get hung up on the rhyme scheme. If you have letters all over the place, something resembling like this, these letters, for example, that's too weird to matter much. But if you see a simple pattern, check to see how meaning and rhyme scheme relate to each other. Okay, so yeah, that is what they're trying to say over here about the rhyme scheme, how it is different for different poems. Now a different type of rhyme scheme we are going to know about, that's the internal rhyme scheme. Internal rhymes. Now sound patterns that don't occur at the end of lines are also important. So there are certain rhyming sounds that actually don't occur at the end of the lines. Look for repetition of the vowels, which is called the assonance. So when there's repetition of vowels, we call it as assonance. And when there is a repetition of consonants, we call it alliteration. So if you hear repetition, examine the linked words for meaning. Take a look at the following poem, To Lucasta, Going to the Wars. This is by Richard Lovelace, a 17th century poet. Let's read the poem. It's To Lucasta, Going to the Wars. The first stanza, tell me not, sweet, I'm unkind, that from the nunnery of the chaste breast and quiet mind to war and arms I fly. Second stanza says, true, a new mistress. Now I chase the first foe in the field, and with a stronger faith embrace a sword, a horse, a shield. Yet this constancy is such as you too shall adore. I could not love thee, dear, so much. Loved I not honor more. So here they are talking about the I sounds. I sounds means besides the actual word I. Okay, so can we see I over here? Yes, many times we can see I. Besides the actual word I, which appears in several spots, absolutely correct. You have unkind, that is in line 1. You have unkind, like, yeah, this is I am unkind. So I is also there and unkind is also there. In line number 3, you have quiet mind. Here, in line number 3, you have quiet mind. In line number 4, you have fly. Okay. These words linked together imply that the speaker is going to fly, that is, escape perhaps from quiet, which is in the mind more than in reality. The speaker also worries about being thought unkind. Now for the consonants, search for the letter F and you turn up with fly, first toe, first forwards. Sorry, not toe, it's first four, and field. In line number 6, you will see that is first four, then field, here only it's given. Then you have faith in line number 7, yes. So here is the meaning behind all this. The escape and the battle with the enemy is a matter of faith. Okay. So this entire passage is trying to say, here's the meaning, that's the escape and the battle with the enemy is a matter of faith. Let's find out which words are providing us with the rhyming scheme. As over here you see unkind and quiet mind. Over here you see nunnery. Here you have fly. So why and why. Over here you see chase and here embrace. Then you have field. Here you have shield. So next you have this such, and here you have much. Here you have adore. Here you have more. Okay. Yeah, so that was it. We are going to continue with the second portion again in our next video classes. All right. Yeah, so that's it for today's class. If you want to join our classes and continue with a series of discussions on the AP examination, then you can just go over to the description box below this video. You will get all the details regarding our classes. Our official website is www.saurabhsclasses.com. You can also get the phone number at the beginning of the video, and you can also get it in the description box just below this video. So go ahead and join our classes.